along with me today on my journey of canning for the first time while making some strawberry preserves.
Whipping up all of your favorite recipes. Simply Food.
You should know by now that you're in for a treat.
Simply Food.
There's no other channel where you'd rather be.
Simply Food. Seafood, pasta, cakes, and pies. Sing and laugh and even cry. Like and share and hit subscribe. Simply Food by TY.
Okay, so let's talk about all things strawberry jam and me, my first time canning. So I have 8 pounds of fresh strawberries here. I'm going to be using one 1.7 ounce package of pectin. I have 2 lemons here and then the white granulated sugar. Now, first things first, we've got to prep and clean these strawberries. You guys, when I tell you, prepping and cleaning these strawberries reminded me of how important it is to make sure that when you're just eating strawberries normally, you have got to make sure that y'all are taking the time to inspect them. When I was in the process of cleaning these, I made sure that I inspected every single strawberry thoroughly, and the amount of fruit flies that I caught that were attached to these strawberries that I could have easily mistaken for seeds was alarming. So please do not skip this step. Make sure that you are properly cleaning your fruit. After I've gotten them all broken down, I put them into a large container, covered them up with some cold water, and then went in with this fruit and veggie cleaner that I'm always using, thoroughly rinsed them off, and then I properly drained them and then went on ahead and sat them to the side. Again, I'm working with 8 pounds of strawberries. It took me about an hour or so to get all of this prepped, but it was fine. It was kind of therapeutic. I went in with the potato mash and kind of mashed it down. You can use a food processor or an immersion blender. It's really up to you. In a large pot, I went on ahead and added in all of those. Now, some people break it down by measuring by cups. I didn't do it that way. Again, this is my first time canning, so I just did what I wanted, child. Now, I went in with 6 cups of sugar and 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice. Now, I want to talk to you guys about the sugar in just a few moments, so just stick with me. I've also added in 1 full pack of the pectin. Now, as far as the sugar, I know 6 cups of sugar might actually sound like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, it's actually not. The sugar is actually going to work as a natural preservative, and strangely enough, believe it or not, some recipes were calling for twice as much, if not 3 times as much, which I just could not wrap my brain around. But there are some sugar-free recipes out there if you want to give that a try. I went on ahead and sterilized all of my mason jars, and a little old school trick to kind of keep some of that foam at bay, you add in 2 tablespoons of butter. Now, as far as how long this took, I decided to go by the temperature method, which was waiting for this to reach about 219, 220. So for me, this took about 40 to 45 minutes. I just made sure that I kept, mixing it around. Another way is you can take a little bit out, put it on a cold plate, and if you're able to swipe your finger through it and it stays separated, that means your jam is ready. If not, just keep letting it go. Keep an eye on it. You want it to be at a raging boil the entire time. Now, I'm carefully removing my sterilized jars from the pot of water, keeping that water going the entire time, adding in now the hot preserves to the jar. One of the main things that I was reading is just making sure that you're keeping the temperatures the same. A hot mixture going into a hot jar. Whatever you do, don't put no cold mixture into a hot jar or it definitely will explode. So that's the thing that you just got to be mindful of. As long as the liquid that's going into the jar is hot and everything else is hot, you should be totally fine. I sterilized the lids, of course, and the seals. Now, again, this was my first time canning, so there were definitely mistakes that I made along the way. For instance, I definitely forgot to take out the air pockets when I did this. And I definitely forgot to buy a white vinegar to, wipe around the edges to make sure the seal locked in. But I did take a wet paper towel and still wiped around the edges. But you definitely should be using white vinegar so that you can make sure that there's no stickiness, because you really want to make sure that your stuff seals up properly. But again, this is my first time, child. You live and you learn, honey. I went on ahead, put those back into the canner. I allowed those to go for 10 minutes at a boil. Once that 10 minutes was done, I turned the water off. I let it sit for 5 more minutes and then carefully removed it. Let it sit on the counter for 24 to 48 hours. Do not disturb it. I also did some with the other canning method, which was just turning the jars upside down, just so that I could see how they both work. So, And I just wanted you guys to see, after being in the fridge for, 8 hours or so, look at how beautiful this is. The texture is absolutely spectacular. To me, This is what the texture of jam should be. Not too thick like jelly, but not too runny. Perfectly spreadable. So I hope you guys tried this recipe. I'm super happy with how this turned out. Bye, guys.